This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv. Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got some benching going on here for you today. This is Ricky. Notice how Ricky's covering his dick with the hat down there. That's always important when being spotted by Mark Bell. Cover your cock, ladies and gentlemen. He's got about 245 pounds on the bar there. Ricky's still very new with us. He hasn't been with us that long. He did do our last meet. Still has his dick covered, by the way. And here, he tries 275, and just a little tough for him. He doesn't have a lot of the form down. He doesn't have some of the skills down. So he had to take him back down in weight and have him go again. And he did it with ease. That was 265. On the 275, I think he got pushed out too far. He's not really used to taking weights out. He still kind of shoulders them out, and you can see that. And he has the bar high, and he touches pretty high, and his elbows are kind of pinned back, so we haven't tried 275 again. And he misses it again. And it's more, it more has to do with his form than anything else. There's no reason why he should blow up 265 so easy and then have trouble with 275. And here he is with 270. This is kind of a murderous lift here. I got to give him a little bit of help. But yeah, he did great that day. He's a hard-working kid. He's in the gym 4 days a week, busting his ass. And we're going to have to clean up that bench a little bit. We're going to have him work on some pauses. We're going to have him wear some wrist wraps, keep that wrist a little straighter, pressing a little bit straighter of a line. Here we got some other new guys in. These guys are working with a monster mini band on there, and I don't think they're used to that kind of tension. Here I am busting out that's Jesse Burdick busting out some rows on the hammer row. Ever since we picked up this piece, it's been a great thing for the gym. Now everybody can get in more sets of back work. I don't think you can work your back enough. Maybe you can make a case for overtaxing your lower back, but the lats, they got to be worked. Mid to upper back's got to be worked a lot if you want to be a great powerlifter. This is AWOL doing some benches there. He's got those long ass arms. Here's my chubby self going. I can't row worth a shit, by the way. Like, I can't handle any sort of real weight on the bar. My range of motion sucks. So it's having this hammer strength piece in there is great for me. Gives me the work I need. Here we got AWOL using a slanger with about 175 there, it looked like. I've had some people ask me recently if you can use a slingshot against bands. Well, of course you can. You can use a slingshot against bands, against chains. It doesn't make it counterproductive. It doesn't really change anything, actually. Here I am hitting up some benches. This is 315. Still can't really use my legs that much due to my little tiny fall with 1,080. But I can move the weights around with my arms pretty good. So that's something, right? We got who's this going here? This is the doctor. This is our doctor guy, Satin. He's got about 185 on there and some chains. Some of these guys, they like to get in the slingshot just to try it out. Especially people that are out of town. They want to try it out, get the right size. You can buy your slingshot at howmuchyoubench.net. There's Riley benching off his fat stomach. Jesse Burdick benching off his fat stomach. Here's Leha going again with the slingshot on. Burdick in there again. On this day, Burdick did sets of 5. I did sets of 6. I did most of my sets with about 315 and a couple sets with 365. And this is on a dynamic effort day. So this was instead of dynamic effort work. Still dynamicals a little bit. Still moving the shit around pretty speedy, if I do say so myself. But the intent of the day is different. We're trying to get in some reps, trying to get in some volume, trying to switch things up so that we're not getting so killed by the dynamic effort work. Recently, in a cliffhanger question, I threw in a thing about the how dynamic effort work was why dynamic effort work was first utilized by Westside Barbell, and the answer was that you can only handle so much max effort work, and that's a very interesting reason. The reason isn't that it works so great. The reason is that you can only handle so much max effort work. I do think the dynamic effort work stuff does work. I think it's beneficial in a lot of ways. But as Lou says, as Louis mentions many times, he says the strongest guys lift the biggest weights the most often. Kind of like you hear when they talk about sports, they say big players make big plays in big games. The guys that are lifting big on the platform are lifting big in the gym, and they're doing it often, and they're able to handle it more often than anybody else, and that's kind of what separates them out. Here's Burdick going with 315. He's been making great strides in his bench. His raw bench has been up. We gotta just get him to work more in his shirt, so you can build up that shirt strength. You can't build up. It's a misconception. You can't build up shirt strength raw. You can build up your raw strength, which can give you a better base for when you do get into your shirt. But you're not gonna. You need to get into your shirt to build strength with the shirt. So how do you go from 600 to 700? The answer is you get into your shirt. And that is it from supertraining.tv.